Ah, damn it. Great. God. Okay, that's a slightly shorter queue. But now I have fucking nothing to do. Fuck. Ah, this sucks. Well... I'll at least give this a second just to make sure it's gonna actually work. And that we don't have another few hiccups. I think we've stopped dropping frames at least, which is good, but... probably got murdered in the VOD as well. Because I think that was a full disconnection, yeah. Shit. Gotta love that. Oh no. Chocobo, please. Oh, hey Charles, how's it going? Yeah, I just had a, just had a bit of a stream hiccup. I wonder where that finished. Hang on a sec, I'm just gonna really quickly see where that... what the last thing was on the stream. Oh, okay, so it's literally like a few seconds tops. No, leave. Yeah, oh no, is right. I honestly got really worried because I thought my internet like went back to being bad and zero upload, but it just had like a momentary hiccup, so it's looking good now. But I wasn't exactly expecting there to be a queue in the Hildebrand stuff, so I guess I'm going to do the boring thing and go and get all the Aether points in, the last area here. Okay. Yeah. At the very least, there was barely anything missed, so, like, of all the times to disconnect and disconnect for a while, for, like, a few seconds, that was probably the better of multiple places tonight. Okay. No, fuck me. Can you get up from there? No. Like, on the map there's clearly, like, a bit of area that I can walk on, but how on earth do I... How on earth do I get up there? Go away. that looks like it's impossible to get up to. Yeah, like, that's clearly the area I should be coming from, but, like... How did I get there? That's the road that leads up. Are there caves in the area? There's like the ocean, or sorry, there's like the salt lake that I can like dive through and stuff, but I don't know how far all that stuff extends. Like whether there is an actual way to swim over to all the way over there. Salt Lake is at League of Legends, yeah. No, newest girl made the joke last time that it was, that this place is clearly Utah with the Salt Lake. What in the fuck is that? Jesus. Alright. Guess I can go searching the water then. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good too. 266 north. Okay. God, I wonder if any of them are underwater. Oh no, you give me different readings. Interesting. And there is an underwater cave here. Doesn't quite extend out to where I want it to, though. There isn't anywhere to rise up through either. Why are you saying 341 north now? Didn't you say east just before? Like, I'd hope I get the same readings in the same areas. Or, sorry, let me rephrase that. I would hope that, given that, like, this is part of the same map, that I get the same readings no matter where I am. Whether I'm in the thing or not. Ooh. West 48. That feels like it's going to be underwater. Oh, unless it's up in the center here, which it probably is. Right. Oh, might as well go grab that if I can. Right, that's the thing to the south. Excuse me? So bad. There it is. Northwest. 463? That tells me around here somewhere. Oh, of course there's one in the fucking cliff area there. Oh, maybe I can come in from the north here. I didn't realize that there was like an area up there. Or I didn't realize that there was an area that you could like keep walking through up there. Wait, hang on. Can you cast that while moving? No, I didn't think so. The fact that it got like half full before it actually stopped made me wonder if it stopped casting because I stopped moving. Alright, where are we now? 137 west. So that was about that's about a third of the distance we covered just there. So I'd say, yeah, probably up here somewhere. Which means I need to go around this way. Newest Girl was certainly right when she said that these points are hell. I mean, just seeing that one on top of the wall that seems to be like go around the entire other side of the map just to get there. Yeah. Like, especially when you give a compass to a player that tells you the distance directly instead of like giving any indication of how you actually get there. Alright, so southwest. Maybe it's on this bit here. Northeast. What? Okay, that doesn't seem like this. Oh no, maybe that was the right one. What the fuck? Unless I was just reading that incorrectly, I feel like that wasn't the direction it gave me just before. Nonetheless, grab that. Fuck up. Anyway. Cool. 359 southwest. Oh, that's probably pointing to that one again. Okay, well, I might as well go and get that and save myself from dealing with it playing up with the compass. Oh, Jesus fuck. Don't tell me I had to... Oh no, I can get up here. That should be fine. Hopefully. No, I can't get in there, and I'm gonna have to go around, aren't I? I was fucking joking when I said this Aether Point expects you to go around the entire side of the map. Curse myself. That's what I get. West. Alright, I might as well look for one while I'm out here. Yeah, it kind of sucks that the Hildebrand quest had a queue like as soon as it did, because I'm probably going to hit battle on the big bridge before... This seems frustrating. Well, yeah, like, the whole idea, south, excuse me? Oh, west. Fuck. No, I read that direction incorrectly. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the point. So, MMOs typically don't want to just give you flying, because then you don't go through areas like this and see what's on the ground or anything like that. You hover like 20 to 30 yards in the air, you fly over everything, find your quest point, dive basically directly down, go back up once you're done, and then everything, right? You don't have to interact with anything on the ground, you don't have to interact with anything that would be a danger. You don't have to navigate any of the space, like, literally. So, generally speaking, you don't want to give flying to people like right away. But one thing that I've seen WoW and 14 take different approaches on is how you give someone flying. So in WoW, it used to be if you reach a certain level, you can purchase it. That's it. You just reach a point where you can buy it, more or less. Now, this obviously had some positives, because you could just get to a point where you get it. You don't have to do all of the quests or anything. You just hit a level requirement. They slowly changed their approach to more in line with this, where in WoW now, you have to explore every... I think, depending on the expansion, you have to either explore every part of the map, which there are big, which it's all like sectioned into different areas. And you likely had to get some major quest done. That's generally how it's been for WoW. 14 takes the approach of, okay, all you have to do is complete a set number of quests in that area, and then reach different spots. Now, honestly, I actually like that approach better, because it's a lot more granular. You can get flying in different areas, and you don't have to, like, unlock flying for everything. You have the freedom to kind of give players flying for places they've just proven they've been everywhere, right? It encourages exploration. It makes sure that people, like, do a fair bit of content before they actually start, like, basically ignoring a lot of the content, which is the level design. Yeah, so it's frustrating, and it's kind of meant to be like that, honestly. Like, you kind of have to work for it to some degree, because, like I said, giving it out for free, just, you might as well, like, all the level design is just, what in the fuck? Oh, right, that's, like, the gigantic thing on... Yeah, right, I know where I am now. But like, see, this is a good example of, like, why it's probably a good idea to get people to actually do all of this stuff. Because otherwise, I never would have seen, like, that vista with the flame tower in it, right? And it's a great shot. But, like, you'd never kind of appreciate that or anything if you just got flying immediately. It would just be there, and yeah, that's how it looks. And besides, like, being able to fly also makes this place a lot less intimidating because it's so tall and complex. Like, yeah. Honestly, like, the way 14 does it is good. And it sounds like they never had flying in ARR, but then they did in Heavensward. Just because it was only until very recently you could just fly in all ARR areas. And Heavensward started off with this kind of system, so they never had to have the problem that WoW does, getting its players to actually work for flying, where everyone's like, oh, you used to be able to get it at a certain max level, you didn't have to explore everything, oh, it's so shit that we have to, you know, actually go through and complete content and prove that we've kind of explored the areas before we get flying, where it's like, well, yeah, that's the point. Like, otherwise there's just a ton of work that never gets appreciated, or is literally pointless in some cases. It's a hard thing to balance, though, because a lot of people, obviously, especially in MMOs and places with big worlds, like, flying is a way that you start to curb back the amount of time experienced players spend just traveling. Because at some point, you've seen everything. It doesn't fucking matter. You're just walking around all over the place for no reason and being incredibly slow. Yeah, there's my random rant about flying. I like this approach because you do have to kind of work for it, but you don't have to do a ton of content. And honestly, the way WoW does it, where it's like, okay, all of the content has to be completely trivial before you get flying, is kind of... Because it implies that, like, entire sections of the world are just... Oh, sorry, let me rephrase that. Like, areas become, like, obsolete or completely explored a lot quicker than WoW's approach to it. And at least in this, like, you know, I joked a couple of streams ago about, like, getting flying and then immediately leaving an area. But the fact is, I'm still in leveling content, so, like, I've still got a fair bit of the expansion to go, and having flying for the latter half of it is going to speed things up. I still had to go through a lot of the areas, I still had to appreciate, like, a lot of the scenery and stuff like that, do a lot of the content. Or do the content when it's non-trivial by, like, flying right over the objective, going directly down and coming back up like I described. But, yeah. I would bet money that it's right there, now that I've just jumped off this cliff. Oh no, maybe not? Directly east. Oh, yeah, I had to get up there. If only I'd, like, think for a second about where I'm going. Oh no, it's better to go back the way I came. Like, on the plus side, though, going through the older areas and doing the content that's no longer, like, new, and having longer queues gives me some time to do this, and it's not like I'm in a rush to do it or anything like that. It's obviously a little different when the content's new and, queues are going pretty quickly, but, oh, for fuck's sake. A lot of these areas are also very clearly designed around flying, where, like, it will inconvenience you so that, like, it feels so much better when you get flying. There are certain places where, like, having flying is just a little bit of a speed increase, like, some of the Heavensward areas, but this one in particular, where there's such like, intricate, level geometry, like, having flying just erases all of that. No, go away. It was down here, wasn't it? Yep. Alright, how many have we got left? 4 after this one. $352 southwest. But yeah, like, in terms of, like, striking a balance between getting people to do content and, like, there still being, like, some use to flying to, like, within the expansion, like I said, I don't think WoW gets it right, but, are you would have been better if I just, no, I committed without looking again. Yeah, like, WoW, in my opinion, is too much, too much on the side of, making sure the content is well-trodden. Whereas this, I feel like, strikes a nice balance between, like, okay, you did the main story quest in the area, you explored certain points, and then you did a few quest lines as well. That's like perfectly reasonable. I could even see some arguments to, like, maybe include, like, 2 entire quest lines instead of just the main storyline quest, and then just a couple more quests after that, or including that, rather. Directly south. Oh, it's gonna be probably in there somewhere. And, like, to some degree, the flying allows you to appreciate a lot of the, world a bit more, because you can fly above it and, like, really take a good look at everything. But, like, having that contrast between how it looks like when you're on the ground and how you navigate it, and, how it looks like when you're in the air and not having to, is, definitely different experiences. We are having no luck tonight. Is this going to be an entire... You know what really sucks? Sometimes I try to anticipate... Like, I put in a stream title that kind of tries to anticipate what's going on. So when I came up to a quest that's literally the title of the expansion, I thought, In a Storm of Blood. Bit more of an eloquent way of saying a very similar thing, but it would probably ring true about the fight I'm going to have in this duty finder. And, you know, it can also, like, randomly make other sense, too. So, like, one of the streams I named was A Very Good Boy, because I was like, I'm gonna get Demi Bahamut soon. But other things in that, stream happened that, like, A Very Good Boy could apply to, and I like that kind of titling. But it would really suck if, like, I put In a Storm of Blood and this Q never pops. It's just like... Okay, what do I name the next stream? Actually In a Storm of Blood? Like... you know what? That actually would be a bad fucking title name. Because, like, if you follow the stream, then you get it, right? My guess would be around here, I think. And also, if you're looking at, like, a collection of highlights and stuff like that, you can see, like, In a Storm of Blood. Actually, In a Storm of Blood. When I was queuing up for Susanoo, the Susanoo trial, I named it How About Susanoo? Like, Susa-No. And that turned out to be foreboding, because that queue never popped that stream. And I was like, oh... So the next stream I named it maybe Sousa Yes ? And then it popped like within an hour or so. Oh man, I should have been on the lookout for this before I've been here. This was the end of that one quest. Oh my god, it was right through the wall too. I literally just didn't pay attention. Fuck. Alright. Where to next? 773 north. Well, if I was to guess, I would probably place that... 773... I mean, heading to that lake is probably going to be a good chunk of that, and it's all flat land there, so it shouldn't be hard to navigate. But yeah, like, game design like that for convenience features is always like a real tough balancing act. Because you've got the expectations of the community, you've got the expectations for the genre of game you're working with, you've got the expectations of, like... Or you've got to make estimates on, like, how long is it before, like, people get really sick of things, like, how much content is probably most of the content, like, what content is okay to have flying for and what isn't. Because sometimes, like, quest lines and stuff like that are completely and utterly trivialized by flying, whereas others aren't really. Yeah, there's a ton of shit that goes into making decisions like this. And I do not envy the people who have to try and make them. They're a thing that, like, they're really small decisions, but they can have, like, massive fucking impacts on player perception and even enjoyment of some content. Now, if I were a betting man, I would say that this Aether point is probably somewhere on this structure here. 95 east. Is this another one I just... Oh, no, I got teleported up here last time, so I probably didn't walk past it. 28 northwest. Eight west. 2 northeast. Okay, so there's a bridge above me. And there's also, like, the ground below me. So I'm gonna check up first. Oh yeah, there it is. Why don't they both have ladder... Why don't they both have staircases up there? Oh, this still doesn't reach it. What the shit? Oh, here we go. Oh, maybe you could get up there. Oh, no, you can't. Wait, why? I mean, I guess I have the door there, but... That's weird. Alright, one more. 825 north. Probably up there. I still kind of have a little mini panic attack when or sorry, I shouldn't say panic attack. I still get there's a pang of worry in me whenever I jump off something like that, like, oh god, I'm gonna die from that fall. But I keep having to remind myself that you can't actually die from fall damage in this game. Ugh. Aren't there, trial scenario queues, or main scenario queues? I'm really surprised that this, last one for Stormblood doesn't actually go that quickly. Although, I guess I am... you know what? I'm probably in a weird place where, I'm past most of the people that are actively leveling, but not quite into, but obviously not into Shadowbringers, which is where everyone is. So this is probably a weird dip just before, or a weird dip in the number of active players looking to do this specific stuff. Because I could imagine, for example, that there are a lot of people leveling new characters, and there's probably, I would imagine there's probably a slope from 1 to just before Shadowbringers, or even into Shadowbringers, I would say, in terms of the population actually at that level, and then it goes, massively up when you get to Shadowbringers, because that's where most people will probably be. So, the further you get into the expansions but aren't in Shadowbringers, the less people there are in, waiting for queues for all that content. Oh, it's right up here, I bet. Third Royal Saturn. This has got to be, one of the highest points on the map. Outside of the castle, I think. Yeah. Yeah. Right there. Out in the open. Alright. That's the last of them. And the queue hasn't popped yet. So now I'm out of quests. Sure. Let's go back in time and do some shit. I should have known. I've had bad luck with doing bigger group content during weeknights that aren't Friday. Which, makes sense, because, a lot of people would do their organized shit, or do their, weekly and daily stuff, and then, or do their weekly and daily stuff, or, sorry, let me rephrase that entirely. There'd be a lot more people playing towards the end of a week than on a Monday. But that doesn't help me much. Yeah. Ooh, that's a lot of guilt. Yeah, so welcome to my podcast where I sit here talking about game design and listening to the FF14 soundtrack. Like, one of my mates came into the stream, like, I think it was last week, and was like, oh my god, you're doing Hildebrand? I was like, oh yeah, you know, it seemed like it was an interesting storyline and stuff like that, and he's like, I hope you're ready for a fucking slog. That thing has a lot of content in it. And for reference, he told me that someone put in far more hours than he did in 14, but never hit max level. And this person I'm talking about did, like, is doing Savage Raid content. So, like, that's an intimidating amount of fucking, potential content there. I don't know what the fuck that is. So I'm assuming the Aether Point quests I'm looking for are all here. God, it's been forever since I've been in this place. One thing that still really weirds me out is also riding mounts in buildings. Because in WoW, they, like, knock you off. Rowena is planning a trip to Reven's. Oh, it's Rowena! Shit, I didn't even realize that was her. She's in one of the other expansion's endgame zones, and gives you, like, a lot of the quests that, pertain to, like, post-leveling content. Especially, like, the really long, drawn-out stuff. Taking stock. Oh, yeah, that's one. God damn it, I've been had. Some twice-cursed sons of a mad... Some twice-cursed sons of a mad blind bitch have made off with it with all my takens and my tradables too. I knew this place was full of treasure hunters, but I never reckoned it'd be my treasures they'd be hunting. That's a fucking line. Some twice-cursed sons of a mad blind bitch. It ain't just my losses that concern me. The gobbies count on the goods I bring in to... Oh my god, I can't believe I forgot they nicknamed the goblins in this game gobbies. Fuck. Bring in to keep this place fed and watered. If I don't get my stock back, this whole town could fall apart. What do you say, adventurer? Will you help me bring these thieving curs to book? Adventurer coming back from the Answerin Quarter says he bumped into a gang of ill-looking brutes on Front Bridge. Nearly knocked the poor kid into the Thaliac. They did. Anyhow, he says they were heading into the ruins. Meet me there and we'll start the search. Ooh. Where's the summoning bell? I have not seen you in a fair bit. Ugh, I'm running out of those now. Did I walk right? Oh, no. That person had 2 quests. Is this another Aether Point? No, it's a dungeon. Oh. No, I shouldn't do that yet, because if it's a quest that requires me to actually complete a dungeon, then I'm probably not going to want to do that, because that's going to interrupt the queue. Ebon Aether Flow. Half 6 is fidgeting. Pshkah. Half 6's very important task for trusty Uplander must be done with fastness. Aetherite Butt of Idleshire needs of inspection, maybe needs upkeep too. If gobbies do not take a look and fix little problems, its spinnings may shudder and stop, or there is very big boom. But Half 6 does not have the right tools. Uplander, there is no time to waste. Half 6 needs Aetherflow distributors. The nearest are in base of Illuminati. Come, raid their store pots. Go and steal their shit, basically. Disarmed. Ah, right. That thing I never ended up following up on because it was clearly post-game content. So, you are a dungeon, you are something else, you're something else as well. Disarmed is probably a raid or something, maybe a trial, I don't know. So the last one... actually, how many... Shit, that's not what I wanted. Four quests. And I've got... 2? Oh. No, it's down there. Gossamer Moogle. Oh, god damn it. Okay. I don't know where else to look for quests for this. Maybe there are some out in the actual hinterlands? Oh, I should probably look at, Answering Quarter. Oh, that's gonna be on the other side to the thing, isn't it? Yeah. This one's closer, and that'll give me a good look at the area. So I'll do that for the time being. Can't do southeast, unless it's like very down here, but... Oh yeah, there are two quests out in the zone that'll be the other Aether points. That's fine then. How the... Oh, staircase. Well met, lad. Now here's the plan. Considering the weight of the stuff they stole, they won't get far on foot. Chances are they've got a boat hidden somewhere. I'll get onto my crew and have them stake out the riverbank. In the meantime, I want you to search the ruins for whatever you can find. Might be the bandits are lying low out there. Or maybe they've stashed the loot and moved on. If you should chance on any of my belongings, I'd be obliged if you bring them back to me. Okie dokie. But before I go and do that... Tetchy. Fuck does that mean? That's not a definite... Fuck me, come on. Just give me a definition. Towered throughout, gripping the audience from the outset. Irritable and bad-tempered, thank you. I assumed it was something like that, but... didn't really... That's another dungeon. Fuck. Oh, are some of the Aether points gonna require me to go into dungeons? Because that would fucking suck. I guess that's a level 60 quest, so I probably shouldn't be looking at it as one of those. Still, though. I mean, I don't know where else to actually look for them. God, I'm probably going to have to explore this entire place to actually see all of it, too. So I can actually see quests if I have them around. Hi, friends. Hi. No, I can't use it. Alright, that's that done. Now, let's take a look here. Northeast, god damn it. Probably need to head a lot more further into here to be able to get something that's on the other side of the... Yeah, I realize that. It's probably, like, up here somewhere, and I didn't see it. Come on, give me something else. Are you fucking serious? How many Aether points am I actually missing in this area? 2. Oh, maybe they're both on the other side then. Oh, like... I'm going to, No, 926, that's impossible. There can't be another one on this area that would be closer. The only place that's accessible from here that wouldn't be closer than the point I'm assuming is on here somewhere is, like, in here. Which I guess I might as well check so I don't have to come back through here a second time. And, Charles, if you're there for reference, these were actually changed to be easier to get, believe it or not. The Heavensward ones were changed to be less out of place. Probably gonna get like 1,000, yeah. Jesus Christ. And, like, they actually were, because there were a lot of circumstances where, like, I was just, walking along through the main story quest, and it was literally to my left or right. So they have moved a lot of them into better places, but, and I am also coming into an area where there's only 2 left, so, like, A, I probably should have cleaned this up when I was here last. B, no, there's no way. If it's 980 north, then there's no way there's something here within a 900... There's no way there's another point closer than within a 900 thing radius, so that's gonna be it. I need a day to get back into this. Did you actually play this at some point? Oh, fuck, it was... Damn it, I shouldn't have wandered away. I should have completed that quest after I did it. I didn't know you played this, Charles. Oh, actually, no. I think I've seen you post in Discord about 14 at some point. Unless I'm remembering that incorrectly. Oh. Hello? Why isn't... That's fucking weird. Oh, whatever. Trying to make a scholar. I haven't tried scholar yet. One of the reasons I hadn't is because, like, healing and tanking is usually, like, the roles you don't want to play when you're kind of new. Like, I think I'm at the point now where I'm like, yeah, I could probably get by in the earlier stuff, for sure. But, I started off with tank because I just liked warrior better. And despite having a summoner that's very high level, I really have not at all touched scholar. Which I should really change, because it would be handy to just have a healer, that I can use whenever. Stairs are on this side. So, like, have you played through the game before? Wait, really? Damn it, I should made a DPS like I wanted. Well, what I mean is that, like, generally speaking, if you're doing the later game, or, like, current or difficult content, then usually you want to know a bit better. But, like, you can play Scholar. Like, the only difference between, or the only major difference that's notable between doing something like DPS and tanking and healing is that generally if you're tanking or healing and it's not trivial content like most of the game is now, you kind of want to know when big bursts of damage are coming through to manage things correctly. But that's also from the perspective of someone who has played MMOs for like 5 years and mythic rated WoW. So you should still just go play what you want. If you like Scholar, play Scholar. Like it won't be that big a deal, and the right people will still let you. I'm still low level stuff. I haven't beaten the. Okay, well we got something at least. Oh shit! I should. Yep, hand over. Yeah, hurry up. Yeah. Damn it! I just missed it. That sucks. I'm probably going to be level synced down to 50. Oh god, this is going to be weird. Oh my god, the chicken is going to be a mechanic, isn't it? Or a mechanic in this fight, rather. Yeah. Oh my god, where do I know this music from? This is from another Final Fantasy game, but I don't know what it is.
It's Toad, your favorite. Fine, I admit it.
Bullshit.
Fighting all 8 of you is just too much for me. Not. Ha! I lied. Empathy.
I'm still in low-level stuff. I haven't beaten the My Game year.
Why, I've been had. This is far from the strongest of spears. I feel so betrayed. Goodness gracious. I, just remembered something.
That's a lot of chickens.
I must say, I quite enjoy these tussles. I feel we've gained an understanding. And understanding that I will pound you silly! Ha-ha!
Phrasing?
Rocket punch!
What the fuck? Oh, okay. That was a mechanic.
Rocket punch!
Oh, shit. Oh, okay. He just hits people with... Yeah, alright. I got it. But yeah, dude, you should play whatever you want. Like... Oh, no. I'm gonna get blasted. Makes you actually want to finish FF12.
I won't go down so
Oh my god. This is a goofy ass fight.
enough of a beating for now.
Everyone else was like, yeah, we did it. And I was like, oh my god, he's dead. Oh, that was fucking great. Oh. God damn. Oh. Alone yet still armed. In any case, he seems satisfied with the halberd. We will proceed with the delivery. Okay, so am I... Oh, right. Vesper Bay. Oh no. This is the last free port I have to Vesper Bay. You know what? I'm gonna save that as a token of whatever. 441 gil is, petty money anyway. For me, at this point. Alright, don't forget to re-queue. But yeah, I guess the reason I was talking about that whole, not the Royal Menagerie, that one. Like, still half an hour, god. Yeah, like, the reason I talk about, like, oh, I should probably know the game, you should probably know the game a little bit, or at least expect some of the game, oh, sorry. You should have played a decent bit of the game to, like, understand what tanking and healing is. That's to make sure everything's painless, but, like, you have to start learning somewhere, you know? You can't just stay away from roles like that, just because you've never had experience. Ah, there we go. That is one fucking fat chocobo. Ah, it is more magnificent than I imagined. 'Twill make a fine addition to my collection. Stick. I'm already like 20 levels in, so I might as well stick to it. Yeah, no, you should. Well, like, the good thing about being like Scholar, or being Arcanist, is that you can switch between Summoner and Scholar, and they just level together. So if you ever feel like switching, then obviously there's going to be a little bit where you're like, how do I play this job exactly? But, well, actually, you're not even there yet because you're level 20, but yeah. No, I wouldn't be discouraged, man. It's just, like, I have that in my head because I am very much a perfectionist, but I'm also the opinion that if people want to, like, start off healing, like, fucking just play and start off healer, like, yeah. People get very caught up with, like, going into older content and having, like, a brain-dead run because they've done all the content before. Why would they need to relearn anything, despite the fact that they're doing fucking leveling content, you know? You'll get people who are sticks in the mud for that sort of thing, but honestly, like, yeah, they're pieces of shit, and you should probably just ignore them. Unless some of them are legitimately trying to help, like, yeah, I've run into a few of those when I started tanking, even though, like, I know the game, well, I know the game decently. Yeah. So an unfortunate part of playing a new game is a lot of people who are veterans and arseholes. And with that, our business is concluded. Cheers. I genuinely mean that in your case, by the way. All's well that ends well, right, Inspector? Though it's a shame that Greg turned out to be the thief. I honestly thought they were going to red herring that. Uh-oh. We've been had. There you are, Inspector Bryden. Why did you not wait for me at the docks? Hmm? Why are you all staring at me so? Oh, never mind that. Where is my treaty blade? But did we just give you the treaty blade? Shit. Wow. Disguise yourself as the client and let the treaty blade come to you. Take advantage of an existing situation to distract us from the real crime. Brilliant. The man in red never spoke of the treaty blade, only the halberd. Moreover, he always issued his challenges in person. Okay, so he was a red herring, but he was... yeah, okay. They went a bit longer with that than I thought, but... Dear gods, isn't it obvious? What is it like in your funny little brains? It must be so boring. If the man in red did not send the challenge, then who did? Perhaps it's another man in red? Uh-oh. Yeah, I have a theory that whoever was, like, doing the animations for this particular quest line was trying to do the most they could with it, and they're literally hitting, like, the borders of what's possible with the damn thing. You should have seen there was an animation earlier, which was Hildebrand, like, yawning. And it did the kind of thing where it comes out of the side of your mouth first, and then you open your mouth a bit more to do that. But, like, you could clearly see that the mouth was being dragged. What the hell is this game? What the hell is this quest line? Dude, this is, like, so tonally dissonant from everything else in this game. It's bizarre, but I fucking love it. I believe this is addressed to me, condescending Inspector Bryden. Piss off. 400 years have I slept, 1,000 faces do I wear. What is yours will be mine. I shall come to claim the Lapis Maiden's virtue. Lapis Maiden's virtue. Lapis Maiden? Blue Maiden? I mean, the only thing that really comes to mind for me is Shiva. But I'm pretty sure that's outside of the... A many-faced phantom thief. Interesting. The design and the wording are the same as before. The thief who stole the treaty blade sent this. Oh, good shit. Very well, I alone, Hildebrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, once more accept your challenge. Also, I have to ask, why the fuck did Hildebrand's father just randomly start doing the Mandeville dance? This crew is great. Yeah, it's pretty good. Like... It's clearly, like, literally... Ooh. Fucking eye twitch. You want a challenge, huh? Stand and face me, you buffoon! Same here, Maria. How dare you all laugh at a time like this, after allowing my precious treaty blade to be stolen? And you, Maria. Well, I suppose it is a little funny, isn't it? The two of them dashing to and fro, a pair of gentleman mummers. Yeah, you know, it's been too long since we've seen a show. We should head into the city later, just you and me. Aw. Not bad, Hildy. Not bad at all. You are indeed a Mandeville man. Shit, I should have... Mark my face. Phantom of many faces, for it is... Oh my god, it's the man from Danganronpa again. For it is the face... The face of the... of the... 2 hours later. Oh my god, we're getting another end card thing again, too. The fiend dares lay claim to the fair maiden's virtue. The seas of jealousy quicken within an inspector's soul. Can true love bloom on this battlefield? Will this Mandeville man find his Mandeville wife? A case of indecency. Hey, what's with the goggles those men are wearing? Were wearing? They look special. Maybe if I ask nicely, they'll give me a pair. I guess we'll find out next time. Oh my... That looks like Gary's mod levels of face contortion. Ugh. This fucking questline, man. Okay. I'm gonna take like a really quick break. I'm gonna grab like a piece of chocolate or something. Is this an anime now? Yeah, this is basically a interactive detective anime within this game. Like, it may as well be. Holy shit, we've actually got a lot of people in the queue now. Fuck, like, I want to take a quick break and grab, like, just a drink, but... it's kind of alternating a lot. I've still got water, but I'd really like to get a piece of chocolate, actually. So I will be, like, really quickly right back. Alright, I am back. Business of betrothal. Ellie has put her skills as a reporter to good use. Ah, there you are. I've been doing some investigating of my own since we last parted. I believe I found out Lapis Maiden. The girl's name is Arabella, daughter of one Master Gugu Remu, a prominent member of the East Aldenod Trading Company. Her eyes and hair are a most exceptional shade Her eyes and hair, a most exceptional shade of blue. Her beauty is the talk of the Sultanate. Her purported beauty, I should say. You see, none have actually seen the girl in the flesh. Apparently her father is the overprotective sort. Some say that the maiden has never set foot outside the family's well-guarded estate. But all this is about to change. Rumor has it that the girl is to be wed, and not just anyone, mind you, to the heir to the Bruguiere Consortium. The formal announcement is set to be made at a commemorative feast to be jointly hosted by the two family businesses. The venue is Costa del Sol, where preparations are going on as we speak. Word on the street is that the bride-to-be will be making a rare public appearance. It is there that the thief intends to strike. I couldn't be more certain of it. Wait. Okay. If the Lapis Maiden's virtue turns out to be, a euphemism for virtue, I'm... Piqued your interest, have I? My sources tell me that the bride's father is already in Costa del Sol overseeing the preparations. This is one scoop I'm not going to miss, and you're welcome to come along. You're not one of my associates. This banquet is for invited guests only. If you have no business here, be on your way at once. Beg pardon, good sir. My name is Ellie, reporter for the Mithril Eye. If I might just have a moment of... Ah yes, that two-gill sensationalist rag. I read your tiresome screed about the self-styled phantom thief in his letter of challenge. If you've come to tell me my daughter is in danger, I can assure you that your concern is entirely unwarranted. I've not kept my Arabella safe to this day to see her whisked away from me by some fly-by-night rogue. I have spared no expense in securing the best protection that money can buy. Hi. The brass blades of the Gerbera, an elite unit of the most lethal swordsmen in the Sultanate. They say one of them caused a man's heart to burst just by looking at them, at him. Askance? What the fuck does that mean? As it is. Askance? With an attitude or look of suspicion or disapproval. Askance. Okay. Welcome back. This is about a marriage that's going to happen, and, the wording of the card was, Lapis Maiden's virtue. I really hope that's not the crude version of that, because that would be a bit yikes. The moment they set eyes on the would-be thief will be his last. If the thief is obliging enough to allow himself to be seen, or do those goggles serve some purpose other than making the wearer look utterly ridiculous? Consulting Inspector Bryden. Your reputation precedes you. And what, pray tell, would you propose? I have promised some of the wealthiest men in the realm that my daughter will be attending the festivities. To renege on my word would have dire implications for the family trade. My proposal is a simple one. Entrust the investigation to me. The thief will be in shackles before the banquet commences, and it will cost you not a whit of your precious gil. Very well. Let us see if your reputation is deserved, but consider yourself warned. Greater fortunes than you will ever know. Greater fortunes than you will ever know hinge upon this banquet. Oh, greater fortunes than you will ever know hinge upon this banquet. I will not tolerate any disturbances. Such touching concern for his coin purse. If only he could muster the same for his daughter. But do tell, Inspector, after he slipped under our noses the last time, what makes you so confident that you can catch our thief this time around? Our man may boast 1,000 faces, but he has but a single modus operandi, and it is painfully obvious. A letter of challenge, a precious treasure whisked away from its rightful owner in the broad light of day. This tells me that our thief is an attention-seeker with supreme confidence in his abilities. Doubtless he means to target the maiden using the same methods he used to abscond with the treaty blade. Even now, the fiend is in our midst, having assumed the identity of someone who will be in close proximity to Miss Arabella at the feast. I've already narrowed the field. They're probably the people we saw in the, intro before. Arabella's betrothed, Vans, would be an obvious target for our thief. So too would be his father, Morgant. Yolto Nolto and his wife, Sayanana, the guests of honor, will give a toast to the couple's happiness. Both will be standing close to the stage where the bride-to-be is set to appear. Needless to say, we can't rule out Guguremu himself. Finally, we have Lewenhart, a steward of Guguremu's estate and Miss Arabella's personal attendant. All the key players, save for the Lapis Maiden herself. That potato looks weird with a beard. Yeah. They don't. I don't think they give you much control over the age of your character, so yeah, it kind of does look weird like that. All the key players, save the Lapis Maiden herself, have assembled in Costa del Sol. Doubtless the Phantom Thief lurks among them, his face concealed, gathering information and planning his course of attack. We will begin our questioning of the suspects immediately. Should you encounter any suspicious individuals, you are pulled back to me at once. Hildebrand. Hildebrand Mandeville could smell the stench of idiocy and incompetence from a mile away. Pleasure is all mine, contriving Inspector Bryden. Sorry.
Forgive me for not revealing myself sooner. I was simply conducting a bit of preliminary undercover investigative work. You get to see through my ingenious disguise with such ease. Yes, I just dare say your powers of observation rival even my own. Fear not, friends. I, Hildebrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, have arrived to defend the maiden's honor as only a Mandeville man can.
Because I think that was, wait, why is it on his head now? Because that was, like... I think he was, like, dressed up as one of the, like, waiters or like, wait staff there and had, like, a tray with a fish on it or something. At least that's what it looked like from the action scene. He does realize there's still a, there's still a fish on his head. There you go. Good Inspector, I realize we have not seen eye to monocle in the past, but a fair maiden's virtue, mayhap her very life is at stake. Are they really playing it like that? One gentleman to another, let us put aside our differences. Yes, I would welcome your assistance in this case. Me assist you? Aren't you a funny man? Oh, it makes no matter. My plan is so flawless that not even your bungling can interfere this time. If you wish to assist me, you may do so by keeping watch over the suspects. In the meantime, I may have a promising lead to investigate. I shall return before the banquet begins. While I know this may be asking much, do not try to do anything too stupid in my absence, will you? I would speak with you, but not here. I'll be waiting for you outside Costa del Sol. Come quickly for me, for we do not have the luxury of time. You've come. Excellent. With that buffoon suitably distracted, we can get to more important matters. But before we proceed, what might I call you? Oh, an unremarkable name, but it will suffice. Now, answer me this, Aldine. You were there with the Phantom Thief in the guise of Lady Derilda when the Phantom Thief, in the guise of Lady Derilda, stole off with the Treaty Blade. Was there anything about our foe's disguise that struck you as particularly noteworthy? Wonder if I can cheat. I think I might be able to. That's too far back. Oh, here we go. That was the identical appearance. Didn't quite talk like her. The obvious answer, and yet all too many, a certain self-styled gentleman comes to mind, could not recognize a clue if it hit them upside the face. Your observation is astute. I thought a thorough inspection of the mask left behind at the scene revealed a tiny prism sewn into the fabric. It is this stone that allows him to change appearances at will. Clearly our man is no ordinary thief. Magics far outside the grasp of the common folk are at his disposal. This, in itself, gives us an insight into his identity and his ways. And yet this is not what caught my eye. No, from movements to mannerisms to that utterly obnoxious personality, the thief did not merely look like Lady Derilda, he was her. Such a feat could not be accomplished by magical trickery alone. Okay. Sure. I didn't think they were that similar, but... We are dealing with a clever and thorough criminal. Not content to rely on his ample powers of disguise, he studies his targets closely before assuming their identities. He emulates them utterly and completely. Not even their closest friends or family could detect that aught is amiss. All the key players arrived at Costa del Sol 3 days ago, when preparations for the banquet began. This would afford our thief more than enough time to study his would-be target. And yet, some disguises are more challenging than others. Put yourself in the mind of our phantom, Aldine. If you were the thief, whose identity would you first assume? A brass blade, one of the guests. One of the guests, easy. Would he? The guests are well acquainted with each other. One misstep and the thief's cover would be blown. No, there is a more logical first target, one that would afford him the opportunity to gather the knowledge he needs, and... Oh, okay. He's not talking... He didn't mean who would you take as a disguise into this as your first option. He would say he's talking about whose identity would you assume to blend in until you were going to do that. Right. Yes, one of the brass blades of the Gerbera. Strong in number, few of words, able to come and go as they please. A fearsome reputation to scare away any who would draw near enough to realize something was amiss. An ideal entry into Costa del Sol for our man. Deducing as much, I made a point to question brass blades in the area. Little to my surprise, I learned that there was one man who had not been seen at his favorite alehouse for the 3 days past. Our thief was not made a habit of wanton murder. Doubtless the poor man is lying naked in a ditch not far from here. In addition to general security duties, each of the blades has been assigned to serve as a bodyguard for one or more of the guests. If the man can tell us of his assigned charge, like as not, his answer will reveal the current identity of our thief. Our thief would not have had time to carry the unconscious man far. I will canvass the immediate area. You begin your search on the outskirts of Costa del Sol. Okie dokie. Excellent. You're one of the less incompetent assistants I've worked with. Thank the gods. Please free me from these chains before the snippers eat me alive. There. Now, tell me. Tell me all that you can remember about what happened to you, and try to be brief. We'd just arrived in Costa del Sol. Had a briefing of sorts. Master Gugu Remu gave us each our orders, who we'd be looking after and the like. Had a mind to tour the area, get my bearings. Next thing I know, I felt a thwack on the back of my head. When I came to, here I was, stripped of my skivvies. Much to the chagrin of those of us who have to look at you. You say you received orders from Master Gugu Remu. Who is to be your charge? My memory's hazy, but... one was Morgan, the father of the groom. The other was a Lullafell gent from Limsa. Yolto Nolto. Now try best to remember. Were there any other guests with whom you were ordered to interact? Come to think of it, yes. There was also the steward, Lowenhart. I was to review with him the schedule of events, discuss the protection of key supplies, that sort of thing. Morgan, Yolto Nolto, and Lowenhart. Thank you. For an incompetent fool, your testimony has provided astonishingly enlightening. I shall see this man back to the city and into the possession of some new clothes, after which I shall return to Costa del Sol to continue the investigation. Go ahead of me, and, for the love of gods, just make sure that imbecile doesn't cause too much trouble in my absence. So just by the questions that oh my god, I already forgot his name. Bryden. Just from the questions Bryden asked me leading up to like this quest, it's clear that the game actually is kind of expecting me to think more than not at all, which I do enjoy. Is going to be better than it being brain dead, so yeah. Ah, there you are, friend. And not a moment too soon, for I was about to commence my investigation in earnest. Tell me, did your inspector Did you and your Inspector Bryden's avenue of inquiry bear fruit? I'm not don't tell him. Oh dear. Morgan Yalto Noto Yalto Nolto blah. Yalto Nolto. And the steward Lowenhart, you say? This does not surprise me. Yes, I'd consider them all exceptionally suspicious from the start. With the Lapis Maiden in danger, we cannot afford a moment's delay. I, Hildebrand, shall have our thief in shackles before the Inspector returns. Fear not, friend. The Inspector shall be none the wiser. Ha-ha! If he had hoped to nab the fiend for himself, he should not have simplified the task for me so. There is one of our suspects standing suspiciously under that canopy over there. Just you wait, fiend. I shall rip the mask from your face and review you for the rogue that you are. Yeah, that would immediately signal the thief that, like, someone knows what's up. Oh dear. Stand back, friend. The man we pursue is a criminal mastermind. The merest slip of the tongue could put our case, nay, our very lives in danger. You mean like what you just did? Like just then? But have no fear, Miss Ellie, ready your quill, that you might record my every word as I employ the time-honoured art of parley, handed down from Mandeville men of ages past to reveal our foe. I can think of a few topics that would interest my leaders less than your blatherings. Just catch the thief so I can have my story, would you? Don't worry, Inspector. I brought my quill and journal too. Your adoring fans won't miss a word. Capital! That is why you are my favourite assistant, Nashu. Now behold as I ensnare our prey with a web of words leading to his inevitable demise. Good evening, Master Gugu Remu. And a fine evening it must be for you most of all. Allow me to offer my most heartfelt congratulations on your betrothal to the enchanting... That was, like, the most basic detail of what's been going on. Hildebrand, you fucking moron. What is this nonsense? Arabella's my daughter, you... Just who in the seven hells are you, anyway? Guards! Guards! Now, old Chocobo's Guguremu. I recognize this lad. This is Hildebrand, agent of inquiry and inspector extraordinaire. Come to save the lovely lass from the clutches of the phantom thief, have ye? I reckon we owe the man our gratitude. Aye, Vance. The phantom thief? Boulder Dash and Rot. Oh. Alright. Time to go from goofball shit to deadly serious end of Stormblood. Oh dear. Tonal whiplash, let's fucking go. There he is. Oh. Okay. Well, are they really gonna still try and... I kind of wish they just wipe. I really don't want that to be my good attempt at this. Oh my god, why are you rezzing me? Please tell me someone actually is trying to res the tank. Are you fucking stupid? That didn't even work. What the hell? Oh, they got everyone up. Ugh. Hang on. I think I want to wait for this to go off. Yeah, there we go. Oh, that's... Yeah, the healers are dead. This is over. I mean, there's a summoner that could res, but, like, everyone has, like, res sickness now, so, like... Wait, what the fuck? Or, like, so many people have res sickness now that, like... Like, it's literally only a matter of time until... Yeah, like, there's no healers to block that, so... Yeah, just, yeah. Unforgiving fight this one. What? They put QTEs into a fucking... Goddamn fuck. Oh my god, they put QTEs in this fucking game. When you get res you for a certain time period if you were res the second time. Yeah. No, I'm aware of that. What I'm saying is that there are so many people down that, like, there's just gonna be red sickness on everyone, and that just snowballs. That's wild. Yeah, I know, fuck. Why are you still trying to res people? Just fucking jump. Y'all can't be serious. Everyone is fucking dead. I didn't participate in half of this fight. Oh, sorry. I didn't see that. My bad. Oh my god, they actually managed to res everyone. Well, I mean, the healers have fucking no mana, so like... Or MP, sorry, but... What are we doing? Getting out of that? Okay. I literally didn't... White mages not having MP doesn't mean anything. I'm not familiar enough with, like, mages and stuff, the jobs and that in this game to... Yeah, okay, can we please just wipe it now? What is he... I'm not... Yeah, okay. Their mana management is so insane. What, do they have, like, some abilities that just restore their mana or something? Why are we still trying to... Okay, hold on. I'm gonna try and pick a spot to... This is the most... Okay, no, I think we're good. Hopefully I don't immediately... Oh, I'm standing in a damaged spot. Fuck me. I don't know why I did that either. Okay, thank you. Oh, Jesus, that's really good. Okay, let's not die to the tidal wave this time. I did that backwards again. Fuck. Oh. Actually, let's do that there. Hey, you can't use Archmorn, that's my thing. How dare you? Oh, I forgot to do the thing. Is he coming back? Oh no, this is where... Still in this corner, thank God. Oh, shit. In the center? Oh, we could stand in the... I feel like we didn't place that shield very well. Which is a big one? Oh, none of you are. Let's go back to... Oh, they're already rezzed. Here we go. Quick time event. You can hit any button you want too, so. But yeah, that's absolutely nuts if white mages can do that. That's like so much. Yo. That's amazing. Oh shit, no, I should probably walk against that. Yeah. Yeah, this fight ain't fucking free. Which it probably shouldn't be, because, like, It's the culmination of the fucking game. No, this isn't Savage. This is just the leveling. I don't know what that mark is. Oh god. Hope that's not bad. Oh, I think we have to break these. There we go. I got it eventually. Oh shit, I have, Hello? Oh, right, I haven't completed the... Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, fuck. Me moving was doing that. I don't know why I just cast that. Fuck me. Probably should be targeting that. Oh, that looks like a bad. Yeah. Oh, I might as well wait until, yeah. What are you... Oh, that... Okay, I misunderstood what that was. I thought that was a tidal wave, not an area, though. Don't I feel stupid. That's a really cool fight. No music. Oh, for fuck's sake. No. Who is the... I think it was you. I wasn't expecting no musical follow-up to that. But I suppose there's probably a cutscene that goes here. Also, interesting that Shinryu's growth of crystals was Xenos. Like, I'm pretty sure that was the implication there. Fuck, is that him? Oh. I was gonna say, did he just, like...
Are you all right? Xenos.
hunter has indeed become the hunted. And yet, there is only joy. Transcendent joy that I have never known. How invigorating, how pure this feeling.
Is that what this was all about? All the meaningless death and destruction, so you could feel something?
Meaningless. Men die that others may live. Those who survive are stronger for it. Not that you could ever understand. To have stood upon this great stage of fools. To have played my part to perfection. Oh, this moment. Let it be enshrined in eternity. My heart beating out of time. So clear, so vivid, so real, so real. Coward!
Stop!
Oh my god, Lise, no.
Farewell, my first friend. My enemy.
Oh. I thought he actually just cut his head off, but...
Where is he?
He's dead. By his own hand.
Then justice has been done.
No. There's no justice in that rabid animal's end.
Liberty or death. That so many should be forced to take up this creed to defeat such madness.
We won. Forget him. The living have need of us now.
Stand tall, Lise. Now is the time to raise a cheer for all who fought for freedom. A cheer loud enough to carry to the highest heavens.
You're right.
This is basically the ultimate test of whether Lisa's actually changed. To be so close to getting the visceral feeling of revenge against someone because of all of the shit they did, and to have that opportunity taken away at the very last second, and still move on, or sorry, still call that a victory. Because you can see that she's like, I wanted to make that motherfucker pay, maybe end him myself even. But she at least realizes that this is still a victory. May not have been as satisfying as she would have liked, but it's a victory nonetheless.
Thank you. Without you, well, you know. So let's do it together. For Alamigo!
Is that Arenvold?
In crimson it began, and in crimson it ended. And then we were free.
Good.
But what is freedom, really? We may be free to live, to love, to grow old, to have dreams and desires, and to strive for them. But in the end, we're defined by the legacy our forefathers bequeathed to us. Even Xenos was once a baby in the cradle, innocent and pure. He was made into a creature that lived only for death, not born one. "20 years of Imperial rule have left Alamigo torn and bleeding. It won't be easy to heal a generation's worth of wounds, to bridge the gap. But I won't give up, Papalimo. I won't. Because I remember the price of freedom. remember the smoke, and the ashes, and the blood. I remember the screams, and the silence. And I'll do whatever it takes to honor their sacrifice, to build a home for us all. I promise you. This is the end. The end of the Imperial province of Alamigo, and the rebirth of Alamigo, the free nation. Long may she endure.
And there we go. Oh, damn it. I'm probably just going to talk over this a little bit in a bit. But I do want to hear the music, because... fucking... Clearly this is going to go for a bit, so I might as well talk about this a little bit. So the context in which I know these expansions is purely on people's reactions to them in general, right? 14 started off very rough. A Realm Reborn is kind of rough too. Heavensward is really damn good. I'm talking about people's perceptions here. No, I was on the right side. Okay, so ARR's Heavensward's really damn good. Seemed to be a bit more mixed for Stormblood, and then Shadowbringers is incredibly good. I don't know how that actually weighs up between Heavensward and Shadowbringers, but it's beside the point. And granted, I finished the leveling content, so there's still like post-game story and stuff like that. Post-leveling story and stuff like that. So this is a tentative kind of reaction to this. There are very small moments where I feel like the writing in this game doesn't quite hit the notes it could have, which already sets it like maybe a little bit under Heavensward, because I feel like there wasn't really any missteps with Heavensward. That said though, like, I think this is incredibly comparable at the least, or at most, just at the moment. A couple of other things like that have come to me over the time just through, you know, browsing 14 in general and like looking at some of the expansions I've been past and what people say. One of the big things that comes up about this expansion is what they do with Lys, and I've discussed this on stream a few times now. I understand that there are some people who probably like Ida better, which is perfectly fine. Like, you can not like Lys and like Ida because they're very different in terms of characters, but in terms of turning a character like Ida, who is very one-note, into a character with a lot of pathos and, like, actual character and character flaws, I feel like Lise is, like, written really well in that, considering that. Because they obviously had to start with Ida, and they reveal that Ida, you know, has been wearing a mask, wearing a persona, so to speak, to, do what she has been doing. And when she is stripped of that and has to start actually confronting bad things that aren't just, oh, we're gonna go and kill some primals and, you know, parley with the not the Sylvans, Jesus. Parley with the beast tribes of Gridania and stuff like that. Like, actually making her face some of these struggles when she's trying to figure out who she is like, a really good way of exploring her character. And, like, at least without looking back at it too much, which, I don't know, I may think differently at the end of the expansion or when I think about this a lot more, but I don't know, I feel like Lise was actually really well done. I like where Lise ended up a lot more than where Ida was. Ida felt like fun, but kind of one note. Lise feels like a lot more of a character, which, like, and like part of it is like part of it is weird because Ida was probably conceived, like, I don't know if they planned that Lise was Ida or anything like that, like way back then, but Ida being a caricature actually makes a lot of sense given who she actually is. So, like, even though I feel like it's a criticism to say that Ida is kind of one note, they actually molded it into a way that kind of makes sense, and I really dig that. Taking existing writing and forming it into more nuanced, better, fleshed out, what have you, is something that's really interesting to me, and games like MMOs and stuff like that can really explore. So, yeah. Just other random things off the top of my head. Yeah, the whole deal with the Imperials was like a pretty decent exploration of what, how, I mean, I don't think I have another word to say other than this, but, like, totalitarian and, I think, distinctly fascist. There's a lot of, like, really interesting stuff they did when it comes to the, specifically with the Imperials and their relations to the, people of the countries they invade. So there was a thing that's explicitly taken from, like, how Romans used to, like, propagate, or how the Roman Empire propagated, where they'd defeat a place and move soldiers that they took over from there to other places to fight against other armies, so that, like, you know, they're never really conflicted with, never really conflicted, like, slaughtering their own kinsmen or something like that, or their neighbors or anything like that. But there's another thing here where there is the explicit oppression of, like, the Domans and the Alamegans. The Alamegans, who are, like, integrated more into the society than the Domans, because the Domans are essentially occupied and out of the way. The Alamegans are, like, more brought into the Empire, and the way that they kind of show how the Empire abuses the oppression they put on the Alamegans to A, just create more downtrodden people, B, get splinter groups who support the Empire to work for them, and show that there is a way out of the oppression by essentially leaning into it, more or less. There was a third thing, and I completely forgot it. But, like, I found that actually interesting, and it echoes a lot of things about, like, existing oppression and oppression over history, where, like, often the people that are lifted out of the oppression by conforming to whatever system happens to be in place are still seen as lesser, but they're explicitly used as a weapon against the oppressed, and the oppressed as a weapon against them to keep them in conflict as well, like making it even harder for them to rise up and stuff like that. I feel like all of that was actually written really interestingly. They could have gone with just like a really like flat, they enslave people and that's about it, but they actually did it in a way that's like, I think the word is prescient. I don't know if I'm like imagining a word or misspelling it. Prescient. Fucking Ecosia, you don't give me good definitions for this shit. And this is going to be the national anthem, yeah. Oh no, this is the Imperials thing. Having or showing knowledge of events before they take place. Okay, so that's not quite what I was thinking of, but it's more nuanced than it had to be, and I feel like they actually presented that pretty well. There was like the one bit where I feel like there was a missed opportunity to really show how Doma rose up, because the only reason that the catalyst actually happened was the villagers were dumb enough to go with me and Yugiri to do a dumb thing, which wasn't the answer to the question they were asking, in my opinion, but yeah. Either way, I really enjoyed the story in this game. As a follow-up to Heavensward, I feel it did really damn well. I don't know where they sit. Like, obviously, I've had time to think about Heavensward a lot more than this, and I'm not done with the expansion as a whole yet, so... But yeah, this game continues to really impress me with the writing. In more ways than I expected, which is good. Is there anything off the top of my head that they didn't, like, talk about that, or they didn't, like, address that I think they might or should? Well, obviously the fallout for this is going to be driving back a lot of the Imperials and our man right here, whatever the fuck he is up to. Yeah, it's going to be, like, those two primary things, is unifying Alamiga now that that shit has gone down, because there's obviously going to be animosity between the Skulls and the rest of Alamiga. Like, bridging, like, pretty much what Lee said, like, salving wounds and bridging the gap, more or less. There's still the question of a mega weapon, too. No, Estinian said something about the Eyes of Nidhogg. And that was explicitly Shinryu. Ooh, that was a thing I didn't talk about. And this is just stuff I know from Osmosis, so I'm not going to say anything more, and I don't want anyone to answer these questions or thoughts, but it's interesting to me that when Xenos fused with Shinryu, the protrusion it seemed to create, if I actually saw that correctly, seemed to be crystal? Which, from patch descriptions in Shadowbringers, I know there is a person literally made, or, like, that is partially crystal. So I asked rhetorically, what's up with that? Is there anything connecting there? I don't fucking know. Probably won't find out for several weeks, based on how these streams have gone. But yeah, I'm really interested to see where this goes from now. The Shinryu fight too was definitely a good culmination of that game too. Like, I've talked about it before, but the fight against Nidhogg, the fight against shit, what's the final thing in Heavensward leveling? It's not Thordan. At least I don't think it's Thordan. Actually, it might have been Thordan. Aww. That's cute. I'm glad I looked there. I thought they were kind of done and they were going to repeat pictures, but yeah, like, one thing I really appreciate is leveling and story content that is actually kind of difficult. Or can catch you off guard, right? So, the underpowered Ultima weapon fight I absolutely love, because that gets busy as hell. The Nidhogg fight I really enjoy as well. That fight was great as well. Though, admittedly, so it's probably set up for, like, more difficult, or higher difficulties, but it felt like there were a lot of mechanics that were just there for a second and then gone. Like the tidal wave that started at the first bit, and I think actually appeared, like, once later on. But I assume that's either a difficulty thing, a tuning thing, because, like, this is, like, this expansion is not current content, so, like, yeah. Yeah, I think we're good to... Shit. I don't remember... Oh yeah, I can just make that faster. Actually, fuck. Can I just... Yeah, I can skip it. Yeah, there we go. I think I've said all I need is... all I wanted to say, but, yeah. Is that our boy? It is.
Well, well, well. What a fine mess we've made.
Oh. Of course, because Shinryu.
All but spent feeding that primary. Well, you won't be making any mischief with that amount of ether. Still, better safe than sorry.
If there is one thing we learned from Heavensward, that is fucking it. Don't throw the eyes of Nidhogg into a chasm. They're just gonna come back. So much of the story after Heavensward could have been fucking solved if if fucking Emmerich didn't tell us to just chuck the goddamn eyes. Goodbye, Nidhogg. May you never return.
There ends your hateful legacy.
So are you gonna be pal and say hi? That'd be real neat. Please? Oh. Warcraft shoulders over here. It's over. I'm not going to do voices, but I might do lower registers and stuff. My condolences for your loss. Father should not outlive his son. What nonsense. Oh, goody. You do not mourn his loss? You surprise me, your radiance. He was your son and heir, and an irreplaceable test subject. I know what he was. Monsters are not made for thrones. Nor are stars made to sustain false gods who sup on their very essence. Icons summoned by desperate savages who hearken to the whispers of shadowless charlatans. Should you raise a hand against my black-robed brethren, I will not stop you. Our desires are one and the same. Preservation. Restoration. Huh. Compression. Resurrection. All is in service to your one true god. And when the sundered shards are made whole, will there be a place for us mere mortals? I doubt my claims and question my motives if you will, your Radiance. You will come to trust me in time. Until then, mayhap you will find this reassuring. How dare you? Is he taking a Garlean? Okay. What could that possibly have been? Like, my initial reaction is he's taken control of a Garlean and he finds offense to that. But it would probably be more reassuring if it was someone he knew. But then who? We did it. We liberated Alamigo. I don't know what to say. I don't even know how to feel about it all. Relief, I suppose. Pride, and hope too. We did it, Father. Ida, Papa Limo, Conrad, Meffred, and Philia. We really did it. Hey, don't feel like you have to stand here listening to me mumble. Everyone else will want to talk to you. You beat him, after all. You're the real hero of this story. So run along and take your plaudits. Alphino, Minalgo, Ralban. Oh. For you to best Xenos, even after he had harnessed the power of a primal, is a test to your ever-growing strength. Not bitter to have had your vengeance stolen from you by another? There is some small regret, perhaps, but that is outweighed by the satisfaction I find in his death. I commend you, Aldine. As should we all. Xenos was a monster and a tyrant. The man who killed my father and countless other of my countrymen. The world is a better place without him in it. I should also praise Master Alphino for his foresight and restraint. Had he not intervened, I might never have had the pleasure of being reunited with Hakuro and his Lupin brothers. Oh, you guys met. It was a timely intervention, aye. Full glad am I not to have been burdened with the guilt of killing my Lord Hyen's most trusted allies. Okay, buddy, we kicked your ass. Let's not pretend that you had a chance. Indeed, my friend. Indeed. Oh shit, wrong button. After all we've been through, I really should know better than to worry, but as ever, the real relief I felt upon finding you hale and whole in the Royal Menagerie well nigh reduced me to tears. The Warrior of Light, victorious again. I should be surprised if some small part of you had not come to resent the title and the responsibilities which accompany it. You must forgive us if we call you hero when you accomplish heroic feats. But as the Warrior of Light goes, so goes the world. You should take pride in the good you have done, and in the good you have inspired others to do. You're a natural-born leader of men, Aldine. All these people weren't just following their commanders, they were following you. And you led them to victory, to freedom. Alas, not everyone could see the journey through to its end, but history shall remember them and the glorious future they made possible. Can you believe it? We won! We beat the bastards! Alamigo, Alamigo! Sorry, I got a bit carried away there, didn't I? It's hard not to, you know. We owe it to the friends we buried to shout and scream and cheer with all our hearts. I want them to know it wasn't for nothing, and that it's finally over, and they can rest in peace. You hear that, lads? We'll be alright. We'll be... Oh, bugger, not again. I'm so I'm so bleeding happy I could cry. Oh, there's Ariange. The hero of the hour. I suppose we'll have to add Liberator to your titles. With their commander fallen, the remainder of the 12th chose to surrender to our forces. After 20 long years, it's official. The occupation is ended. But now the hard work starts. Though the people have had their fill of kings, there is no clear consensus on what sort of government they would prefer instead. Indeed, Father, momentous as this achievement may be, the road which lies before us is no less certain than the one we have walked. Aye, aye. Yet if we can overcome 2 decades of oppression, I've no doubt we can find a way forward. Thank you, Aldine, for helping to make this dream a reality. Oh, God damn it. I'm like one quest away from being able to fly in this area. Finish your rounds? Great. In that case, I'd like you to come with me back to Ralgar's Reach. Not for a rematch or anything, sadly. Fuck, damn it. Okay, no. There's one thing I'm really actually disappointed about with this expansion, and that's baiting us with the sparring session we were going to have with Lisa and just cutting to a cutscene. You could have done anything. You could have done a fighting encounter, and that would have been perfect. Like, it doesn't make the game bad, but, like, that's a huge missed opportunity, in my opinion. I want to call all the Scions together. I'll explain later. Ooh, she might be leaving the Scions, if I were to guess. We just getting moved there? Yep. I don't even know where to begin. Oh, here we go.
We've been through a lot together, haven't we? I can't thank you enough. There's something I need to say to you all. That is, if you have a moment.
Your shoulder's better now. And Kryl.
Good. You're all here. Good. Good. Thank you doesn't really suffice, does it? I'm grateful. Truly grateful from the bottom of my heart. But I know you didn't fight so hard just to hear me or anyone else say that. You fought because you wanted to help, because you believed it was right, because you're Scions. Now, I'm obviously a Scion, but as Conrad left me in charge of things here, I also have responsibilities to Alamigo. When I put it like that, though, I realized I couldn't even pretend to be impartial anymore. So it seemed best to make it official. As long as I serve Alamigo, I can't be a Scion. It might be selfish and short-sighted, but that's my decision.
Am I to understand that you summoned us all, some of us still nursing wounds, to hear this?
Oh, I didn't,
Forgive me, Lise. 'Twas but a jest. But this I say with the utmost sincerity. Scion or no, we are comrades, now and ever after. Is that not so? There you have it. Come what may, you may count on us in your hour of need. We shall never refuse you.
Oh, shit.
I swore I wouldn't cry.
Come back here, you slippery little devil. Think fishing could be so difficult.
I fucking called it!
What greater proof of a man's lingering mortality than an empty belly? A fate worse than death.
If you don't find the body, they can always come back.
Fie on it. To have arrived at the appointed place and time only to survive by mere force of habit. Truly, the Kami are not finished with us yet.
The appointed place and time.
Oh, capricious fortune. How you test me with this wretched soul.
Oh. Damn, they must have been washed away real fucking quick. Here we go. Oh, Ironworks is here, which means... Omega. This is indeed the work of either Shinryu or Omega. And since there is undeniably something down there radiating a massive amount of energy, which cannot very well be the late Viceroy's Lapdragon, yes, I think we have our suspect. Well, this is a mess of our own making, so it falls to us to clean it up. It won't be easy, but is it ever? Well, excuse me? And now comes the part where you say you've got no choice but to divert company resources and employees to this pet project of yours. Lost profits and belligerent clients be damned. Financial considerations notwithstanding, you have to admit there is an unquantifiable benefit in giving our people the opportunity to study such advanced technology. Oh? Is that before or after you blow it up or seal it away? Fine, fine. But the moment I judge this little venture as an unsustainable risk to the Ironworks, I'm ending it. Savvy? Also, wearing something covering their forehead. And to keep you honest, using my authority as deputy president, I've gone ahead and brought in a consultant. A master engineer and mechanical genius. Oh my god, please tell me it's Nero. You didn't. Is it actually him? I realized I didn't actually see their face. Come now, you mustn't build their expectations too high. It will be less dramatic when I surpass them. Oh yeah, no, that's Nero 100%. Oh, no. Oh no. Absolutely not. This is not happening. Nero Tolskavia. eager to begin his first day as a loyal member of the Ironworks team. Looking forward to working with you, Garland. Does she know? So fell the hunter, but what of the hound? So rose the children, but what of the fuck? Alrighty. Box. Arenvold's adventure. Least seems troubled. Frequent flyer. Nice.
Come to see how we're getting on?
I'll talk about that in a sec.
We've made good progress since we took back Alamigo, but there's one big issue we still have to address. Leadership. The Domans had Lord Hien ready and willing to take the throne, but we've got no one like that here. Theodoric was our last ruler, and he wasn't called the Mad King for nothing.
Suffice it to say, our people have had their fill of kings, which means we need to find a new way forward.
If only it were that easy. Everyone and his uncle has an opinion. For the time being, we're just going to have to keep leaning on General Aldin and the Alliance for support, and see if we can't find a solution together. Something tells me we're going to be hosting a lot of meetings in the near future.
Oh my god. Lise having to attend meetings is gonna be the funniest fucking shit. She's going to be bored out of her
I'm
mind.
ready to talk till my jaw aches.
I still reckon
Yours,
she's...
Nago. Don't do anything I wouldn't.
I still reckon she's gonna be bored as fuck, but... that's good
Aye, aye,
too.
Commander.
There you are. I've been searching all over for you. Don't worry, it's nothing bad. That said, this might not be the best place to talk. Will you join me?
That makes it sound bad. Or... potentially, not spurious, Jesus.
I'll get to the point. Might you be interested in a spot of adventure? After all, we were adventurers before we were scions, were we not? After routing the Imperials and liberating Alamigo, I reckon we've earned a bit of respite, don't you? And what better way to spend it than by returning to our roots? So, what say you? Shall we call on Alphino and go adventuring?
To where and doing what? Surely you have something in mind. Right then, let's go and find Master Lovey. Actually, leave that to me. I want you fresh for our little adventure. Wait for us by the Aetherite and we'll be along shortly. See you there. It's just a walk. I've literally slayed primals. I don't think that's gonna be too much of a problem for me. Oh, right, the Aetherites are all the way over there. Look, the walk is not going to kill me. It immediately uses the Aetherite to make the trip quicker. Oh. Destination, right. Greetings, Aldine. It would seem we are to accompany Arenvald on some manner of escapade. Have you any idea what you've gotten yourself into? Ourselves into? Allow me to explain. It'll be something of a history lesson, but I'll try to be brief. No snoring, if you please. Now, the events I would speak of occurred before the occupation, back when Al Amigo was still a monarchy and Theodoric sat the throne. A uniquely brutal despot, but by all accounts. That he was. The King of Ruin suffered no rivals, real or imagined, and his dispute with the Monks of the Fist ended with Ralgar's Reach being burned to the ground. In the latter years of his rule, he was seized by the unshakable belief that unseen forces were conspiring to steal his crown, and so he ordered that every soul with a claim to the throne be executed, including his own family. The wealth of the poor souls he put to death became the property of the king, and it said that these royal treasures were hoarded somewhere in the palace. Thus was born the legend of the Mad King's Trove. Ah, I believe I see the direction our adventure is to take. I assume you have a mind to unearth this hidden bounty? You assume correctly. And would I also be correct in assuming that this legend is widely known? Others must surely have gone in search of your prize, tempting as it seems. Well, of course we won't be the first to make the attempt. Following Al Amigo's liberation, more than a few eager soldiers turned the palace upside down in hopes of claiming an easy fortune. But even after scouring every room from dawn till dusk, they uncovered not a single coin. The gold lust drained away as quickly as it had come, and the legend of the Mad King's Trove remained simply that, a legend. But I see you have no intention of letting the story end there. Self-respecting adventurer would. Imagine, the three of us, delving into a decades-old mystery. Tell me the thought doesn't set your heart to racing. You have learned the emote box. What is that? Hang on. Oh, yeah. I was gonna say I thought it might have been one of the things they did, but no. Oh, it just goes. No, I don't think that's looped yet. Oh no, there it is. Okay. Sure. You can almost see the wheels turning in Alphino's head. Contains a set of armor. Oh, damn. Nice. The news of Doma and Al Amigo's liberation has kindled the fires of revolution in every corner of the Empire. I hear the Imperial province of Dalmasca has already risen up in rebellion. Nice. Which means the Garleans must surely have their hands full. What better time than now to indulge in such a diversion? Tell us, Arenvald. Have we any clues as to where we might begin our search? Well, judging by how the other treasure hunters fared, nosing about the palace isn't like to get us anywhere. So, we'll probably need to ask around. Would that be another way of saying no? Well, yes. I see. In that case, I shall pay a visit to the Allied archivists and request access to the records seized from the Imperials. The Garleans are meticulous about such things. If they uncover the trove during their occupation, the event is certain to have been recorded. In the meantime, the two of you can track down those who worked as palace servants and officials in Theodoric's day. Given that they would have been at least 20 at the time, you will be looking for people who have seen 40 summers or more. Anything they can tell you about the king and his bloody deeds may prove useful, so be sure to listen well. Arenvald, try your luck in the fringes and the peaks, whilst Aldine makes the rounds in the Alamigan quarter. Huh, and now I was thinking I was the party leader. Not that I mind, of course. Let's be about it, eh? We can meet afterwards at, Gilbard's Gate. What? Excuse me? Oh no, that's a different thing. Okay, Jesus, I was gonna say, why the fuck did it just zoom over there? I'm actually gonna fly over there, because, I really want to see, like, the whole thing from above. Before we end the stream soon-ish. Because it is about that time. I wonder if that's going to take us into here. Probably be my first guess, but... Weird, for some reason I feel like it felt like the whole city structure took up more of the map, but no, it's most of the, it's mostly the Salt Lake. I mean, that's a, like, compliment to the level design. That structure feels huge and like it should be taking up a massive area, but it's mostly just for show. You a maid. You want to hear an old maid's stories, do you? Aye, well, most of what I know of the Mad King is common knowledge. We'd only see his Royal Majesty when he deigned to attend the executions he'd ordered, and after a while, even watching his enemies die wasn't enough to coax him out of hiding. They say he started seeing assassins in every shadow, and wouldn't set foot outside the palace walls. I was offered work there as a royal servant once, but the mere thought of it left me in a cold sweat. Ah. Well, fair enough. Given what transpired, is yeah. In the palace? Oh, no, not me, lad. Surely you've heard the stories of the Mad King. He used to hold public executions up on the divine audience. Anyone, and I mean anyone, suspected of conspiring against the crown was flung from the top of these steps. Suffice it to say that I stayed as far away from the palace as possible. Also very fair. The flight speed still feels pretty slow. Blech. Retired Rogadin. Aye, I served at the pleasure of King Theodoric, and lived to tell the tale. One of the palace guards I was. Truth be told, it was a dark chapter in my life, one I'd sooner forget. Hardly a night went by when we didn't hear blood-curdling screams echoing from the inner chambers, which, of course, we were under orders to ignore. So we'd stand still as statues, trying not to imagine what horrors were unfolding within. If you're hell-bent on finding out what happened in the palace, head down the street here and ask old Ernold. He was the king's head scribe. Oh, wow, okay. That seems like a good lead. Yes, I'm Ernold. What do you want with me? You would have me dredge up some decidedly unsavory memories. Yet, if Alamigo is to move forward, we must needs acknowledge the misdeeds of the past. Very well, I shall tell you what I remember. I take it you know of Theodoric's paranoia and the public executions of his kinsmen? Those were terrible enough, but in his last days the king's fervid mind settled upon an even grislier method of disposal, which only a chosen few were unfortunate enough to witness. His Majesty ordered the court thaumaturge to unleash a vile curse upon the remaining members of the royal family, a magic which transformed them into fiends of hideous aspect. The resulting monstrosities were then cast into the darkness below the palace. Even now my sleep is troubled by nightmares. If others of Theodoric's blood were prone to share his madness, then mayhap it is a kindness that the monarchy ended with him. Okay. That's a lot. Oh, there you are. Since we're all here, why don't we share what we've learned? Allow me to begin. As promised, I scoured the Imperial records for any mention of fantastic treasures, and found precisely none. It is just possible, I suppose, that a corrupt official deliberately hid the fact of the trove's discovery, hoping to enrich himself, but I find it rather unlikely that so valuable a find would stay secret for long. I conclude that our prize either does not exist, or the Imperials somehow overlooked it. But what of you, Aldine? Were your investigations any more fruitful? I know there's some shit under the palace. Turned into monsters? And what could he mean by this darkness beneath the palace? I wonder. I met an old man in Alagiri who spoke of the palace's subterranean prison, but he said naught of cursed abominations. And the Imperial archives are also silent on the subject of fiends inside the palace grounds. Could this scribe fellow have been spinning him a yarn, do you think? Did you believe him, Aldine? His fears seem genuine. If he was afraid, that does lend credence to the tale. I'm not sure how much or how that helps us in our search. Do not be so hasty. Erinald's anecdote may very well have told us where the trove is hidden, but ere I share my theory, there is a matter I would clarify. Arenvold, you spoke of light-hearted adventure, but I sense a deeper motive for this expedition. Why are you so intent on finding this treasure? It wasn't all pretense, I swear it, but you're right. My father was in the Imperial Army, a man of Garlean blood. I trust you know what I mean when I say that my Alamegan mother did not welcome my arrival. As I grew, she would check my brow over and over, convinced that a spot on my skin was an emerging third eye, like the kind you see in pure-blood Garleans. My mother did not care for this taunting reminder of my heritage, and took up a knife. War paint serves to cover the scar. Whew. In the end, she turned me onto the street, and I was left to haunt the alleyways of Alamigo, a feral child who got what he needed through begging, cunning, or worse. The best I can say about the years that followed is that I survived, but I hated the animal I'd become. Eventually I left the city behind me and joined a group of refugees bound for the other side of the wall. It was then that I turned to adventuring, and that road led me into the company of the Scions. I tell you this so that you understand. I know all too well what poverty and hunger can do to a person. I drew steel on ordinary folk for a measly crust of bread. With Theodoric's gold, I could spare my countrymen the shame of living like that. Thank you, Arenvold, and I apologize. That cannot have been pleasant to recall, but I felt it best to be clear in our intentions. Well, Dean, are you content to surrender the treasure to Arenvold's noble cause and claim the thrill of adventure as your reward? Yeah, why the hell not? Then I should be glad to tell you my theory on the resting place of the Mad King's Trove, if you are minded to hear it. I sure am. Casting. My thing is full, isn't it? Oh, actually, no. Don't look at my bags. They're disgusting. Alright, then I can use this. Oh, they're just accessories. Well, I mean, that's alright. They're all very high item level. Holy shit. I mean, yeah, well, I'll take them. The Mad King's Trove. Oh, wow, there's already a dungeon, supposedly. Alfino seems eager to share his theory. Actually, mayhap it would be better if we first adjourn to a more suitable location. In case of a rival treasure hunter overhears our plans, you mean? Good thinking. That was not exactly the reason, but 'tis certainly a valid concern. Let us reconvene on the southern edge of Loch Seld. Is there a dungeon underneath the... Oh, I guess that would make sense. Darkness underneath the palace. Although, it doesn't look like there's a, Oh, unless there's another area entirely. We still are missing one from the... Oh, no, we're not. No, we got flying everywhere. Oh, so there is another area. I'm an idiot. Are you serious? Yeah, don't worry guys, Warrior of Light's got this. Just sit there and do nothing. Anyway. Forgive me, it was not my intention to draw out proceedings. I simply wished to have the lock in sight while I explained things. Prior to the great flood of the 6th Umbral Calamity, the salt lakes you see before you were yet dry ravines, and this, believe it or not, was the site of the ancient city of Scala, which rose and fell during the 5th Astral Era. From what we know of the period, the city was already deserted by the time the waters began to rise, having been all but destroyed by war, yet its ruins remain to this day at the bottom of Loch Seld. It is my belief that the darkness beneath the palace mentioned by Theodoric's former scribe was not a reference to the prison, but to a place still further below, the ruins of Scala. I further surmise that the Mad King's unfortunate kinsmen were cast down there not simply out of a desire to punish them, but to discourage exploration. Theodoric wanted to keep the ruins secure. Wait, you're saying they were meant to guard the Mad King's trove? Precisely. And since we know the court thaumaturge was involved, we can safely assume that any entrance into the old city will have been magically concealed. Which would explain how a legion of Imperial soldiers and the gods know how many Alamegans never found a trace of the trove. We, however, have certain advantages which they did not enjoy. Aldine, would you be so good as to swim down to the bottom of the loch and search for an underwater route into the ruins? While you do that, Arenvold and I will seek out an ensorcelled portal within the palace. Ensorcelled? In... words. Oh, it's... right. Hang on. Looks like there should be some water that I can dive into near the... yeah, there it is. Oh, that's cool. You can literally, like, dive there once you've got flying. That's good. Isn't this... weird? I thought this was the entrance we used before. Oh, okay. Come on. You discover a passage that appears to lead under the palace foundations. Press on and find out where it goes. I mean, it was a dead end, wasn't it? Oh, maybe I'll have to search in multiple places. That would make sense. You come to a worn stone door, standing temptingly ajar. It would appear you have found an entrance into the subterranean ruins. Oh, okay. Aldine, it's Alfino. We have searched the prison beneath the palace and found a door concealed by enchantments. Have you aught to report? And you believe it leads into the ruins? Excellent. Then I propose we proceed with our respective entry points and look to meet somewhere in the middle. Oh, come on, lads. We might as well make it a race. Victory goes to the first adventurer to find the treasure. Godspeed. Yeah. And that's a good place to leave it, because I am absolutely not going to queue right now. It is too late in the day. Yeah, so... that was Stormblood leveling. I think I pretty much said all the thoughts I had regarding kind of the story and stuff like that up to this point. So, yeah, I'm really keen to continue playing this. Getting past the leveling content by now is also a big deal for me, because I really want to try and get into, at least start some of Shadowbringers before the end of the year, and like teasers of expansions and further patches kind of come out. I want to make sure I'm kind of like well within the content when that happens, but time will tell whether I have enough time for that and whether my internet connection behaves between now and then. Excuse me. Yeah, so tomorrow's going to be some Hades. Wednesday I'm going... Oh, sorry, no. No. Yeah, I'll do it on Tuesday. So I'll do Hades on Tuesday, probably a night off on Wednesday, because I've got to go shopping and stuff like that. So then Thursday's back to 14. Friday, I might do more 14. Depends on where I'm at. I might do more Hades. I'm not really sure. And then there's the weekend, which is going to be Ace Attorney in that. And maybe some more 14, because I still want to really get through this, but it depends on how I feel. All of that stuff is in my schedule, by the way, so yeah. Easy way to keep track of what I'm planning to do, internet permitting. Yeah. So I think that's about it. A lot of dead air before I actually managed to get the queue to pop for Shinryu, but yeah, still a good stream nonetheless. So yeah, thank you very much for watching live or on the VODs. I really appreciate it. I hope you all have a lovely day, and I hope to see you all next time.